Oh, why you get mad? You want to lose weight, don't you?
No, I never said I want to lose weight. I said I want to fucking run more. That's it. I don't want to lose weight. I don't give a fuck about the weight.
Nah, a couple weeks ago you said you wanted to get down to a medium.
I didn't.
Medium 6.
Fuck what I said. I want to go into a medium.
You said it. I don't know why you said it.
You fucking tripping. I'm bringing up false accusations. Is this the podcast now too? We bringing up lies now?
We're recording.
I'm comfortable in my own skin, dog.
I'm not saying that you aren't.
You said that, because we saw the sparring video. You said, damn, we look sexy.
I said that today, but before then, you mentioned that going back to a medium t-shirt.
If I talk to you in the gym different than a coach, it's private between me and you, motherfucker. That wasn't coaching no more. It's just friends, and now you're bringing up my friend relationship with you.
Our relationship is like circular, like meaning no matter what. Matter of fact, that's one of the things I loved about you the most is like I can always say, you know what Coach said today? I can always
between
say
you
that.
and I.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I can always do that. Magz is the same way. Like people aren't like you guys aren't like, hey, look, can I tell you something off the record? I hate those people.
Off the record.
Like it's like, man, why you say that? Like,
I said off the record last time.
You don't say off the record.
I did. I said I'll tell you.
Oh yeah.
No. I get that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that stuff.
There's certain stuff that's off the record.
Yeah.
There's some things you touch on, and I'm not gonna bring it up. You could ask me, what is you talking about? And you say you don't want to talk about it. I don't talk about it.
Okay, and I appreciate
when
that.
I share my non-coaching conversation with you, it's between you and I.
And I also get that, but I'm going to say
like
whether or not you want to fit a medium t-shirt does not work into that category.
I don't want to wear a medium t-shirt. That's fucking gay. That's for little kids, dog.
You said it, and I'm pretty sure I got it on video.
Oh, if you have it on video, I want to see it.
All right,
Put it up on the fucking podcast.
All right, it was on one of the last few episodes.
Lion King. I have fucking the skin out of my I got thorns from the nopales. You know what nopales are?
Nopales? Is that a flower?
It's a cactus flower.
You ever walk past one of those really sharp, like succulent plants? And
every day.
I got stabbed by one the other day, and it, drew blood.
Succulents is nopal, ¿qué es succulent?
No, succulents son like they're like rubbery.
They're
small,
they're really thick.
rubbery.
Like you don't tear the leaf, you break the leaves.
Yeah,
like those. I got one at the corner end of my street, and they usually keep it trimmed, but one time either they didn't or
it's a death trap in the corner of your house.
Yeah.
If you're walking at night, I know some motherfuckers lost their eyes right there, dog.
Yep, exactly. And it poked my arm, and I was like, I saw blood. I was like, I'm about to become half man, half.
You've been half man. Medium.
I love how there's just some shit between us, but then I get burned left and right.
This is a fucking medium right here, dog.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
Triple large.
It's a large.
Extra large.
Shrunk.
Yeah.
No, I got trust me, I almost went shopping at Ross this weekend. Just, old time sake, I haven't been clothes shopping in a minute.
I haven't been there in a while either.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, let's go to Ross. And then I was like, no, we don't need to. Lose some weight, you'll have a whole bunch of new clothes.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
Medium.
I don't think I get down to a medium, but I'll be hungry as fuck.
And I don't want to buy a medium because it only lasts me like a month, and then I go back up to large.
Large is where I need to, right now.
In order for me to wear a medium, I got to run every day, fucking 10 miles.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna run every day.
Yeah, I need to get. I'm getting back down to a large.
If I have 2 days off, I'm back to large.
Now, but so you will say a large is your medium, then is your goal.
No, I'm good where I'm at, motherfucker. I never make goals for weight or for fucking shirts or waistlines.
You know what?
Give a fuck about that.
Magz,
I kind of
go.
Oh, I kind of understood your I guess not argument, but your perspective on goals, because if you really want to do something, just fucking do it. However, I do understand that there's certain times where that a timeline isn't necessarily I'm gonna do it by this time, but I a lot of the work in sports psychology is based around goals, so I see both perspectives. Though it's like if you really want to do something, just fucking do it. Just do it. Just do it. That's it. Don't think about it.
Yeah, the reason I said what I said, I wanted to elaborate on that because when I said it, when I went home, I was thinking, damn, I sound like a dick,
You always sound like a dick.
But I was thinking, every time I've been around team sports or boxing, the coaches were always talking to the kids that weren't up to par. Hey, you got to set some goals, Billy. Hey, Adam, you got to set some goals. And they never talked to the kids that were good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Man.
So I always figured just fucking try. Just work harder, because I always felt like I always relate to goals as most guys that that are not up to par to compete in sports, you know?
Right.
And I understood, like, what you meant. Like, we said we give our fighters goals, too.
Mm-hmm.
Off the record, I didn't want to do it, but somebody did. But it was, like, good. You know, I seen that they held them accountable and that they're doing what they have to do now.
Are these, with a fighter, are these goals or deadlines? Hey, you need to do this and do this.
What would you say?
Because when it's making weight, it's a deadline. It's not a goal.
For me, it's to help to facilitate a personality shift, because to be in the sport, you need to have certain, attributes and fucking characteristics. And some of them are falling behind on that. You know,
there's a lot of fighters, so they can understand what we mean by that. There's a lot of fighters that take up boxing and they don't know why they do it first when they start. You know, they do it because the parent took them and they kind of stick with it. It becomes like una costumbre.
Like a habit.
A habit.
I just do it because this is what I do.
And over the years, they forget why they're doing it, or if they love it, or if they don't love it, it just becomes part of the culture, part of the trend in the family.
Lifestyle.
You know? Lifestyle. So sometimes along this way, you got kids that are fucking talented with skills, abilities, whatever it is, IQ, but they don't know why they're doing it. So that's what she gave them goals to, that she said, to facilitate.
Change
a mindset.
We gotta shift that mindset, because we get up to a certain level, man, and the talent is only gonna carry you so far. So there's certain traits that we need, and disciplined and driven are definitely two, and a good way to learn both those things is to set a fucking goal for yourself. Because there's times where, say for example, Adam, you say, I want to run, 3 miles a day. There's going to be days where you're going to be in your bed and be like, I don't know, man. I'm going to take this day off. I've been working hard. Yeah, but we said you're going to run them five times a week. And you got 3 days left in the week and you've only run 3 times. You need to fucking go out there now. You need to go out the next 2 days.
And I'm a huge believer that carries on in the ring. It carries on. And if you're, but speaking of boxing only right now, like, if a fighter thinks like that, when he goes in the ring, he's always going to wait for the next round to make an adjustment. Yep. Because he's always waiting for the next. Procrastinates. Yeah, big word, no? Did you go to college? Yeah. So
for a month.
So yeah.
One thing, Coach, you said last week that I really like. I believe people need goals. You need goals. You take your dreams, you translate them into goals, and so forth and so on. But one thing you said was, you said, I want to run 10 miles a day. You go, no, just make sure you run every day.
Yeah.
That's how I look at goals now. It's like, okay, my goal is I don't have a goal to be a marathon runner. I do want to be I do want to get my weight down to 190 because that's where I'm mentally happiest.
What is it about that number that's got you so like?
It's not the number.
That's where you feel comfortable at.
It's where it just like I was there and oh my God, I was.
So what if you look good but you're 200 pounds?
I don't look good at 200. I don't think I look good at 200.
Maybe you put on more muscle than you ever have.
If that happens, that's great.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I remember when I was at 190 and under. I like that, Adam. I liked mentally, not really the look, but just mentally. Now, but I haven't said, okay, do everything you need to do to get down. Because I have also found with me, and you guys have probably picked this up on my personality, that I have a finish line mentality. Once I cross the finish line, get to the goal, I stop doing everything that took me there.
I've been like that.
That's why I don't give myself goals. That's why Maggie, I didn't realize how much I do things sometimes till Maggie points it out to me. Sometimes you're there with us. We'll go have a lunch, and then an hour later, I'm on the treadmill. She's, I don't know how the fuck you run with 2 burritos and soft drink in your stomach, I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
No, that's why I don't wear medium dog. But my goal is to get on the treadmill every day. I don't care about the distance. Sometimes I run 3 miles in 1 hour. Sometimes I run 7 miles in 1 hour. I don't give a shit. But
you run 3 miles in 1 hour?
No, I've had those days before.
Okay. No, that makes me feel better.
I've had those days.
You can go that slow? Okay. Yeah. No, because that makes me feel better about
I'm not a fucking superhuman, Like people think, I used to run when I was running 10 or 12. I was running 8. I was running all my miles like in 7 minutes.
I swear, I remember one time I saw Coach running south, I guess, of Nimitz.
You
further, and I was like,
did because you said you used to run
yeah,
out on the street.
and I was just like, he's still, and he was still going further and further away from the gym, and I was like, what the fuck? He's still running, and it was like, it's a hill. I was just like, God, like a good.
Even then, I don't give myself goals. I just go.
Yeah.
I just go because I feel like goals are just they're good. If you need people need them. We're all different, right? Some people they need those goals to like. We all study different, so some people need them, some people don't.
You know what, Adam? Though I used to be like that. I used to be that person who would only
finish line
who would go to the gym like a couple months and then I'd stop and then 5 months later I'd go again. I'd be super consistent for 2 months, and that's why I bring up like the mindset shift is because of that. I set a goal for myself, like I'm gonna do a program and I'm gonna finish it. But in the middle of that, I discovered discipline, which was ultimately what I wanted. You know what I mean? So
yes.
In essence, it's like the goal itself didn't so much that's not yes and no help me, but it's the shit that I discovered within that really changed. And since then it's been, I don't know, 3 years, and every there's not 1 week that I don't go at least 4 times to the gym during that week.
I think that unpacking your goal. Okay, yeah, my goal is to get down to 190. But let's go a little further. Let's unpack that so we can turn it into a lifestyle change instead of goal searching. You know what I mean? Because that's what I want. I don't want diabetes. I don't want to be fat. There's certain things that say, okay, I get it. So what are the things we're going to do that changes your lifestyle? Like my pop's Gordy, he's about to turn 80. Every morning he's still swimming and
that's fucking amazing
and
that's
running.
Good.
And it's not because he's
trying to achieve something. That's just who he is.
It's what he does.
Yeah,
it's my boy. I don't even know him
and that's that's my boy Blue.
Yeah, see, that's what I.
But that's good. So you got to look at it from the end. Say when you're 80 years old, what do you want to be
exactly.
like? What do you want to look like? How do you want to be? And you start building towards that instead of fixating so much what you are right now. You know what I mean? What you are right now is what it is.
Yeah, I accept me and I loved me in my now. That's another thing. Is like I'm not gonna make any changes if I can't love and accept this. If I hate and kind of resent.
No,
I've been there where it's like I can't believe I blah blah. And then you kind of don't even face yourself.
Yeah. That's true. You kind of want to run away from it. You don't want to look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, no. That's just, I had a mirror experience I'm going to talk about on this podcast today too. That kind of freaked me out.
No, I'm not. I'm just. You said something right now, and I've been. No, it's not even bad. It's like she said. I don't know who said it, you or her, but about looking yourself in the mirror.
Right.
And that was my dad's thing. He said when his rehabilitation that the hardest thing was to look in the mirror. His for other reasons, like depression, going through a drug addiction. But I've been dealing with my dad on that case, and that was one of the hardest things to do.
Shout out to your pops too.
Thanks, man. It's been 2 months clean, so that was hard to hear him say that he could not look himself in the mirror. I couldn't think of it like that. I love looking at myself in the mirror.
It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, I just looked at my dad always as such a strong person, and to hear him being vulnerable and speaking of his weaknesses and things that bothered him, I think it made me stronger. I think, and not that I think that you have to accept how weak we can be before you can be very strong. And just hearing him break down and telling me things, I looked at him.
Say that again. We have to say it again.
Accept how weak we are so we can be really strong. You know what I mean?
You rock bottom.
Yeah.
Rock bottom.
No strength unless you've been, you know
really
your
been
weakness.
Tested,
you know your true weakness. You don't appreciate the warm unless you've been freezing. You don't appreciate. The sun, unless little things like that.
Coach turned into a poet on this podcast.
What's your haiku?
My haiku of the day is wait for what you want.
Nope, that was
worth asking for, and it'll be worth that with the wait.
Yep, and
that's my haiku for 37, dog. I'm really enjoy your haikus on this low key, no homo, dog.
No, I like a lot of times
turn into something that
sometimes I comment on it because I don't want to be too fanboy and shit all over you and shit.
Oh, when you be like fire, you put the fire emoji. Yeah. I be like fuck yeah. But anyway, there are some haikus I write when I'm like, I just phone that in. I just need those syllables. But then there are some I'm like, oh shit, that came out my brain.
That's cool.
So
that's now part of who you are too. You know.
No,
Man, turn that fucking phone off or turn your ringer off, Dick.
I'm mad.
fucking
We're doing
fucking
a
up my.
podcast.
My bad. No, the ringer was off. What's up?
Fucking SOS Amber Alert or what?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm right next to you. The red dot.
Damn.
So, what? I have a lot of goals. You know, blah 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 blah. But I really don't focus on them as much as I say, hey, how close are you getting to that thing? Are you doing the work? That's another word that people avoid is the word work. Like if you have goals and you're not doing the work, you're just wishing.
It's like having a dream without fucking executing. Like everybody dreams on shit, you know. But if you don't execute, it's like work. Goals without actions don't mean shit.
Right.
You know, I could have 1,000 goals, but if I don't get up or I half-ass everything, it don't mean nothing.
You know what? And that's part of that like culture too of like, oh, I'm setting goals and I'm driven and I'm but that's part of it too. It's like it takes action. You have to fucking act on those things. It's better sometimes to just go. Like you just get on the treadmill and you just fucking go.
Yeah, I don't care.
You know what I mean? Sometimes when you think about, I'm gonna get on the treadmill and I'm gonna
run
do this
3
much,
miles
I'm gonna do
and
that. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you're like, God damn, I don't even want to fucking run. If you just get on the treadmill and go, just go. Action is louder than actions are louder than words.
I think, and this is thinking back. This is something Magz helped me with back in the day. If you guys are new to this podcast, let me just refresh on like how me and Magz bonded, if you will. We met at the gym working out. She told me that she was studying sports psychology, and I was like, oh shit, I have a horrible problem with confidence.
I remember.
Can you help me with this? Because I was not very confident at all in regards to anything. I was very newly sober, so I was experiencing my own brain, and that was the first problem. And one of the first things that Mag taught me was patience. And if you aren't if you're trying to achieve a goal or accomplish an achievement, start using that phrase a lot too. Accomplish an achievement. It's a very powerful. You get that inside you. But you have to be patient with yourself. You have to say, hey, at least. I hate the phrase "at least," but you have to learn how to use it. You have to. You know what? I didn't do everything I wanted to today, but at least I did that.
Yeah, a lot of people want people to be patient with them, but sometimes we're not patient with ourselves.
Oh, say it again.
What'd I say? I'm kidding. A lot of people expect other people. It's like with anything. A lot of people, like you wouldn't fucking, some random stranger fucking walks up to you. Fucking dumbass. What would you say? But people talk like that to themselves all the time, dude. It's the same thing with anything else. Patience, Just be patient with yourself. And I know it's easier said than done. I still struggle with shit too, I catch myself all the time doing shit, that I know better.
I talk about like how and that when you give yourself patience, that self you give patience to is going to give you back results. Like it's guaranteed. It's a lock.
Big time.
Somebody pointed out to me that when I talked about like how I talk to myself, my reply is always us and we. Like in my head, I was like, oh, I didn't really.
It's not die day.
Split.
It's not. I'm not. I don't be like me. I don't be like. I'm just
Priscilla?
like us. Priscilla.
You ever seen that movie Split? You seen that movie Split?
Yeah, that his name wasn't Priscilla.
Yeah, there's one of his personalities
one of his personalities is
Priscilla.
That movie is crazy. That's a really good trilogy.
You might actually like that movie. It started with what? Bruce Willis and
it started with
Glass?
No, the first one I think is it Split?
Yeah, it is a trilogy.
Yeah, the first one
I only
the
watched
theater.
that one though.
When they showed the end of it, I just screamed. I was like, like a fanboy.
It's a dude who has multiple personality disorder or whatever. Now it's called
it's
something
out of
else.
the M. Night Shyamalan universe. That's because it's not as I don't feel safe spoiling it.
Yeah. Anyway.
But it's but this goes to my mirror experience. I was talking myself up in the mirror, and I noticed that I was doing more listening than I was talking. Like it really felt like a kind of out of body experience because even though I was saying stuff with this, I was the one in the mirror going, got it. Yo, I was listening to me, and I was like,
That's a new one.
It felt so weird, but
I know what you mean, though.
Stop it. I'll play this.
I'm like fucking weirdo though. I was gonna ask you, do you hear yourself talking back to yourself?
That's what I'm saying. All I heard, I didn't hear me talking. I heard me speaking to me the same way I listened to one of you two, and I was like, oh, this is like
cool.
It was like I can't really describe the feeling. But
you ever heard of the higher self?
No,
that's your homework.
Okay, but
Sound like a dick. You got homework. The higher self is just it's kind of like a spiritual thing. It's not, that's aside from religion. Like I'm talking about like spirituality, like being in tune with yourself, like the yourself and like the world, the universe, if you will. But the higher self is like that part of you that's wise, kind of like your future self.
Oh,
just
okay.
Google it because
No.
sometimes it's crazy because
it's that
you have the answers to everything, dude. Sometimes the ego just kind of takes over,
I agree.
Throwing stones at me, though.
I agree. Wait, what?
I said, are you throwing stones at me?
What happened?
No, she said the ego gets in the way.
The ego does.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't have
That's
ego.
totally normal, man.
You don't have an ego.
No.
It's like the ego. It's so tied into expectations from society and feelings like shame and guilt and shit like that. But you just gotta detach from it.
I have a question. Can your ego help or hinder you from achieving your goals?
To a certain extent, it depends.
That helps me.
It helps you? How so?
My ego doesn't allow me to fail.
So that I would imagine that's a mindset.
Well,
So it's
I feel like it's my ego because I don't want to be embarrassed in front of other people's eyes.
That's definitely
Like me and Nigel, we used to compete with each other. We're talking about that on the phone. We on the phone in person.
Shout out to Nigel.
Yeah,
It
he
was
came
great.
by the gym.
I got to spar him last week.
We used to hit each other. We used to post on Instagram our runs and times and distance, and we were. And I said that motherfucker's not gonna beat me. I don't give a fuck. He's fucking 20 years younger than me. He's athletic. He's not gonna fucking beat me. And I used to beat him. This is my ego. I'd get up and he's not gonna fucking beat me.
That's that bulldog mentality.
Yeah, that's a competitiveness. That's what I was gonna say before. You gave a great example on that. It's competitive. Like your ego.
My ego does not allow me to sit down and let him beat me.
Now, Magz, how could it hurt, do you think?
I think it could hurt if you take that too far. If you allow it to now become like you
Obsessive?
Obsessive. Like you don't let yourself be you. Like you start talking shit to yourself. You fucking idiot. You should be up. Shit like that. Negative self-talk. And also say you don't achieve that goal. Some people take that like it's very detrimental to them. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's like I'm a fucking failure. Shit like that. It's pretty much goes down to talking to yourself natively and fucking, which to some people, I guess if like David Goggins, it might fucking help. You know what I'm saying? But
Quit being a bitch.
I was just thinking about him right now.
Yeah.
Because remember I told you guys a long time ago, Clemente would make me run 15 miles.
Right.
But he would only tell me I was going to run 6, and then I would wait, and then he would say another 3, another 2, and then by the end of the I was 15 miles. Like if I would have told me that from the beginning, I probably wouldn't run it.
Right.
And no, my ego 100% works against me with achieving goals because
I'm not good enough.
You're not good enough, so don't even try.
Start comparing yourself to others, and you know what I'm saying? It's like to a certain extent, I guess. I don't know if you were. I wouldn't say that you were comparing yourself to Nigel because you're very aware of the fact that he's 20 years younger. You're like, despite he is fucking 20 years old, I am going to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some people are like,
I didn't let it get to me. Like, oh, he's younger. He's gonna beat me. Like, fuck that fool.
But some people do.
I love him though.
Some people do. They're like, I'm not good enough if I don't fucking beat him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, they can't. One thing I love about boxing is when the guy who takes the L in the match says, "Hey, I tried my hardest. I couldn't beat him." You know, he doesn't say I wasn't good enough. I did bad. I blah blah. He says I tried my hardest. I couldn't beat him. Mm-hmm. You know,
it was his night. Which sometimes that is the case, dude. Mm-hmm. You know,
and like boxing, it allows you to do that. You know, to
you gotta be brutally honest with yourself, man, because the ring don't lie.
No, it doesn't. Comparing people to, and I see this a lot. I'm more of a scroller on social media than I am a poster. Mm-hmm.
Me too.
You're a poser.
But I will tell, like, this is one thing. I'll do this every time. I don't know if this is a good thing, this is a good bad thing. I'm just going to say this is a thing that I do. If I see somebody post a new relationship, I start the countdown. Like, I'm like, all right, let me see how long this relationship lasts. You know, like, especially if it's that person's first appearance on their timeline. Yeah. Now, I've seen them where it's like, you know, it's not their first appearance on timelines, so those last longer, blah, blah. Now, let's go to goals. Mm-hmm. It's like, once you start talking and performing for social media, that goal isn't going to get achieved.
Yeah, and I very much believe in putting your head down and just working.
Your goal should be like a relationship, dog. It's between you
sacred.
And that person.
It very much and
that person is your companion.
Yep,
the goal.
Because journaling taught me that. Like, I came to realize that that journaling is the act of writing myself a letter, mm-hmm. and then reading that and writing me back. Like, that is the act of journaling. Mm-hmm. It's like you become your own pen pal.
Like you do in the mirror?
Exactly. Yeah. Like you do in the mirror. Like, it's like, I honestly believe in...
It's like, I think we all look in the mirror, but do we speak out loud or do we just think it, you know?
You got to talk to the mirror. Because today I learned that the mirror is not to be looked at. It's to be spoken to.
Because I always just talk quiet to the mirror, like silently.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't care to look at myself in the mirror.
Really? Mm-hmm. Expect ugly people to say something like that.
Is that a compliment?
I think so.
Damn,
dog. That's a game right there. I didn't know that one.
Oh, sidebar. Coach, what's the dude in the poetry? It's like Cyrano da Vinci, who hid in the bushes while the dude was talking to the lady, and he gave him the words.
Oh, I don't know that one.
All right, so I was talking to this lady the other day, Friday, and Coach is like, he pointed out the obvious, like the connection.
Yeah.
And I said something stupid, so Coach goes, "Now ask her about it." And he was right. Like, Coach was like trying to, like, the ultimate wingman for like the simplest person in the world.
I'm trying to hook up my boy, dog.
It was dope. It was dope. It did not go unnoticed.
That's because sometimes just embarrassment keeps us from doing what we want to do, man.
Yeah, that's very true.
Once you
caring what other people think.
Yeah.
Once you can't be embarrassed anymore, oh my God, you become so much more powerful.
Yeah.
You know, and
true.
I mean,
that's
like,
very true.
Like,
the power is now yours, not in the hands of other people.
That you put it in.
Mm-hmm.
That you put it in.
Yeah.
I swear. We got an additional question this week. Lance.
Let's go.
Lance sent us a question.
Lance, man. I hate that dude.
My fucking special appearance, Lance.
$700 a fucking hour, Lance.
Lance is now part time.
$700 an hour, dog. That's why I don't go with him no more.
Dang.
I hope he hears that shit too.
Lance, you're part timer now, dude. You're in that category.
Yeah, he goes show up to the gym maybe once every 15 days.
Yeah, if that.
Wow.
His
fucking hands hurt and shit. What's the fucking question from Lance?
This was not like, I didn't. Lance, I love you. I think.
Well, I didn't say I didn't love him.
I think your shit is dope. I think if you making $700 an hour for what you do with the shock, with the treatment, with the physical therapy,
the happy ending.
That's what it is, huh?
Yeah. Hey, it's I want to go to him, but it's like a decision. Do I feed my family for the week or do I go get rehab? You know.
See, I can't even post You're getting underpaid. If you're charging $700, you are so good. You're getting underpaid. So he said,
it's not $600. It's like $699, dog. That's pretty good.
That's good.
He's got great deals. What's the name of his business?
Organic massage.
Organic massage.
He's a man, I'm just fucking.
I'll post that here. He's got great.
What's his fucking question though?
His question is, if you were in the Olympics, which sport would you do? No, but he specifically said you can't pick boxing.
No, us. I mean
us.
Oh.
Like Magz. So if you were in the Olympics, what sport would you do? You can't pick boxing.
Am I elite or is this like I just
She
get
might
to
be
do it?
breakdancing because that's just new. Dog.
Breakdancing is not a sport. It shouldn't have been in.
You know what? I would love to learn how to do archery.
Ooh, okay, that's a dope one.
If not running, some sort of running.
I was gonna say something.
like running, but go
Running
ahead.
is
Like,
good.
what would you
Yeah.
do? Sprint or would you do long distance?
Walking.
You know what? I don't know what I'm better at. I don't. Something tells me that I've never been tested, but I think I'd probably be a better sprinter than a long distance runner.
I've never been tested either.
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
We'll get Coach Juanito to the gym.
She picked 2 things, so I'm gonna pick 2 things.
Okay, all right.
First one, that one I really would love to do, was Taekwondo.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Yeah, that's
That's good.
Yep.
Knock
I like
somebody out with a
Taekwondo.
kick.
Yeah, and then second, I would do the high dive.
Oh man.
You know what else I would do? Fencing. I actually really
That was
want to
my
learn how to
second.
do
That was
fencing.
my third choice. Dog,
Fencing?
but I couldn't say that one.
High diving.
Have you seen-
That's
did you-
that's very interesting.
That's Guerrero, dog. I mean, I'm from Guerrero, dog.
Yo.
All we do is jump off fucking.
Look, I don't want to be like Adam and like reveal your your shit.
Fears.
He just looked at me like, dude.
I'm like, what I do? Oh, you talking about the medium bullshit?
Yeah, medium bullshit. I don't want to
for real?
medium bullshit you. So that's why I'm that's
The fear?
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but fuck it. I mean,
Yeah.
I jumped off a 35-foot water tower once.
Those things are friggin'
When you were in the military, right?
Yeah.
Have you
Special
seen the
warfare.
fencing?
Huh?
Like they got this whole laser tag system set up on the fence.
Oh, you see that shooter with fucking from Turkey?
Oh, the turkey guy.
that the-
We talked about him.
I
a
didn't
couple
go
Oh, I
Yeah.
did
episodes
talk
ago.
about him.
Yeah, that
Kaiser
guy's,
Soze.
that
Yeah.
guy's dope. That guy's
Yeah.
one of my heroes now.
You can
I
do
guess he
shit.
lost because his partner.
He was silver. He got silver.
No, but
Dang.
he didn't get the gold because his partner's points brought him down.
Oh, that's
Oh, really?
fucking
Yeah,
whack.
the girl. That's fucked up. Never bring a girl to a shooting contest. That's
You know,
fucked up. I'm gonna
to the
get canceled,
beach.
huh?
They don't got the
But
same.
I did a high dive one time. We had when I was in high school, we had a track meet at Boston University. We all we snuck over to the pool, and it was like the high dive. And I got all the way up there. It is so high up, but my ego wouldn't let me climb back down.
Ego, dog.
So I had to jump.
Sometimes the ego
Ego's
does
your
save
best
you.
friend,
It
dog.
was
yeah.
so painful.
Gets you. It makes
Puts you in situations.
Yeah, exactly.
the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
It
ego's a
might
dick
help you.
sometimes.
It
Yo,
might
what are
help
you
you
gonna do
grow.
now? No, I get it. I get it.
Hey, so what would you do though? What sport?
I think I would. I would do long distance running.
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
Like marathon,
Like probably the 10,000 meter sprint or 15,000
the
meters.
10K.
Yeah, like one of those. I'll be like, oh, let me.
That's like 6 miles.
And they're doing it fast.
Yeah,
like
dude.
those. Like I watched
That's
those.
just
5 minute miles, no?
fucking
4.5,
Yeah.
5 minute miles.
Yep.
United States placed for the first time since '56.
Damn, that's crazy. It's because a lot of those is like the Kenyans
Third world
and the
countries, dog. Third
Ethiopians,
world
dude.
countries, dog.
Kenyans. Yeah,
Dude,
like
yeah,
that's how. Oh,
Ethiopians.
this is how we go get water, asshole. You guys call it an
Yeah.
Olympic sport?
I don't know how to say his name. It's like Eliud Kipchoge, something like
Buzz.
that. He's Kenyan. He's got
I was gonna do it. I can't do that.
he's got the marathon.
My ego
like,
wouldn't allow me.
he's got like the marathon world record, dude. He's like ran a marathon under 2 hours. That's fucking crazy. That's like could you imagine sustaining like a 4 and some change minute mile for 26 miles?
Wait, no, it would be like 7 to 8 miles per 8 miles per hour.
Huh?
Wait.
No.
26 miles under 2 hours.
Yeah. It's like four and some change minutes per mile.
4
Yeah.
minutes. Jeez. Someone like God would have to be chasing me. Like I'll hold that up for a minute.
Or somebody with a chainsaw.
Did you ask Lance what he would do?
No, I didn't. He'd probably happy endings.
Yeah, he's good at that. A javelin because he likes to happy endings. You know the javelin toss.
That seems kind of fun too. Javelin.
Javelin is. I always think about Lamont on
The Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds. You ever see Revenge of the Nerds?
No.
So
Is this in the 80s?
Special dog.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
Lamont is like the first first cinematic gay guy ever. And he was, flamboyant, blah blah. But he was in the Olympics.
Yeah, he was a
So
nerd. He was a nerd.
Yeah, he was a gay. Anyway, he was all
Gay
the stuff.
nerd.
So they put him in the Olympics. He had to throw javelin. So the nerds made
Aerodynamic.
an aerodynamic javelin
What the fuck?
that responded to his body and how
The
flamboyant he
gayness.
was. So when he threw it, it went extra far based on like how he moved.
I love how he celebrates too when he lands.
I've not seen it. No.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. It was back. It was an 80s movie.
That's the 80s.
Yeah, it was awesome.
She was born in the 80s. Remember
Boobies.
that?
My
Yeah.
time or 19.
Yeah, that was when boobies were so overrepresented,
yeah,
overrepresented in 80s movies. Meatballs, stripes.
Remember Airplane, the show titties?
It was great. It was like every movie in the 80s was made by like, or at least had a 13-year-old producer.
Yeah.
That's funny. Titties everywhere.
Now let's go to back to the questions from Aaliyah. All right, so we're gonna go to Coach on this one.
Ooh.
Fuck.
When and why did you stop competing?
When and why? Pull out the napkins, dog. No, I'm just playing.
Smiling.
Well, I didn't want to stop competing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to turn 19. I was about to turn pro after the amateur circuit, and my mom and dad got divorced. That didn't bother me. Not the divorce part. It was our house was already chaotic. You know, our family was already broken. It was that. I'm sorry, Mom. She might get mad at me. She started dating men, and my dad was dating his drug, and the house was not tended to. So I told my coach, hey, I want to fight 3 times in a month. And he's like, because at that time, the rent was like almost $1,000, like $900 for where we lived at. And at that time, the pro fighters were getting $400 for 4 rounders.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, mijo, you can't fight 3 times a month. I didn't know how hard it was to get fights. Remember, I'm about to be 19. So I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, no, you can't. Like, you get cut. It's hard to get you fights. The fights are not like, I was thinking it was like the amateurs that you just show up and go fight. You
Right,
know?
yeah.
And he says, so I was like, why don't you get a job first, turn pro, and then we'll just go slowly. And he wanted to get me like 4 or 5 fights a year. And I'm like, motherfucker, I can't pay rent like that. You know, like I wasn't seeing it like that. So I called my uncle, and my uncle offered me a job pouring concrete. And I said, I'll come back. And that's like the hardest job to get into. You know, concrete is fucking hard. And I started working in concrete. I would come home beat up. What I didn't want to do was coach. I thought coaches were all pussies who never accomplished anything.
Those who can't.
Yeah.
Those who
That
can't.
couldn't do it. The guys that
teach.
couldn't reach their goals.
Yeah.
That's what I thought they were. So I had to look. I used to always think of coaches like, man, this fool, he's scared of fights. That's why he's coaching.
Has been.
You know? Yeah, unless you were like Buddy McGirt or somebody. At that time, he was still fighting. But guys that actually fought, there wasn't many back then.
Mm-hmm.
So I started helping my coach when I would get out of work, train the little kids. And I didn't like it, but I started falling in love with it. And I didn't realize that raising a home with my brothers would take so much time and energy from me. I grew up fast, and when I said, you ready to give up this shit and focus on coaching kids? I said, yeah, I can live with this.
Nice.
And I never looked back, and I just started coaching. And I understood the game a little bit more than my coaches because they had never fought.
Right.
So I understood the fear, afraid to fail, you know, all the things you deal with when you're sparring and fighting, how you feel like when you get hit with a shot and
Yep.
that motherfucker is twice stronger than you, or he's 3 times faster than you.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned how to kind of deal with that with the athletes.
And that always helps.
It's crazy because a lot of people probably don't even know, but you come from like a really talented class of like amateurs and shit. You know what I mean? Like Floyd, because about what, back in like '96.
Yeah, I mean, I hate and elaborate on that, but I was in that era with Theo Corrales, Floyd, Augie Sanchez, you know, the good guys. There's a lot of guys you don't even hear about who are better than them, who just didn't keep going, you know?
With me, that's always why it's so hard.
Zab
Like,
Judah. There's a lot of guys that were there at that level. That's one of the best class of athletes. I always tell Maggie, you know, around 4 years above or 4 years
you
under
were
me.
an amateur with Zab Judah?
All those guys, yeah. Zab, but not just boxing. Like you go back to those days, you got Peyton Manning, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You got Tiger Woods. You got
Last class,
you know, Floyd Mayweather. You got anybody you could think of at that same era. You know, there was a superior athletes at that time. So it was so hard just to get out of our region because our region encompasses LA, Las Vegas, and San Diego.
Oh, okay.
So if you win those tournaments and you go to the nationals, it's like you're fighting. It's not like now Right now, to go to the nationals, USA Boxing figured they can make more money. Just all the kids going there and eliminating themselves over there. So they do brackets. It's like you get there and there's in the brackets, there's like 70 fighters, 80 fighters per division, even more. And they do a bracket. Sometimes you get 2 champions in one division, bro. Back then, you had to win your district, your region first, then your district, your region, then go to the nationals. There's about 30 kids at the nationals, the cream of the crop. And they would eliminate each other, you know? So you have the 2 kids representing South Dakota. One kid, the big states always had one athlete, and the small states always made 2 out, like Wyoming and another one. And then you were always afraid of Texas, Ohio, New York, did I say Florida, California, and Nevada. Those were the fucking powerhouses in the tournament. You get kids from occasional other states, but those were the powerhouses.
Those powerhouses, yeah. Now we're going to go to take a question from Aaliyah to Maggie. What made you choose a career in sports psychology?
I always say that it's not something that I chose. It's kind of like it chose me. I know that sounds, cliche, corny, but it's true because I was actually studying business, and there's a math class that I don't like math. I don't like it. And in business, you have to take a lot of fucking math. And I was reading this book, and in the book, it asked, like, if you don't know what your purpose is, just ask yourself, what are your interests? And I literally put the book down, and I was like, what the fuck do I like? Like, what do I like? Like, what do I like doing with my day? So I like going to the gym. I like watching documentaries on athletes. I find that really fascinating. I was like, well, maybe I'll do maybe I can do like a degree. This literally all happened in like the same time, like within like 5 minutes. I was like, maybe I can do a degree in like sports science or something like that, like a physical therapist, some bullshit like that, sports exercise or whatever. And I Googled sports degrees, and the first thing that came up was sports psychology for the school that I was already going to. And I looked at the curriculum, like all the classes, I was like, this is exactly what I like to do. Like, I find psychology really intriguing, and also like personal development, and I love sports.
So you won. It's like win.
Right then and there, I emailed my counselor. We call it an advisor, but I emailed my counselor, and I told her to switch my major. That was it.
Cool.
Yep.
That works. And it fits you. It definitely fits you. Like just knowing you and watching you affect those around you in that arena. Good choice.
Yep.
For me, she.
Yeah. What is it? Where you at? I'll ask you.
Ask him.
Is there anything right now you are specially working on when you train?
Mobility.
Answer her. Don't answer me, dude.
Right now, mobility. Moving
your feet?
Moving my feet a lot more. Because I'm whether I'm getting hit or not, whether I'm a strong opponent, Eva said it last week. She like, Adam got one speed, forward.
No, you know what, man, Adam, I thought about you today when Maggie made a point today, and I thought about you because I've been looking at you boxing and your feet don't work with your hands. I tell you that all the time, Mm-hmm. And I was telling Maggie brought up Smiley. We brought up with you about the running, how she raises up when she's running.
Right.
And that's how she fights. She raises up, And I started thinking in baseball, when you're swinging a bat, you use your feet to gain power, but you swing only with your upper body. And your feet kind of like shift a little bit, Like, I'm not going to act like I'm a fucking baseball analyst, but it feels like you're just swinging your upper body, but you're actually turning. When you're boxing, you're only using your upper body. You're not using your lower half to gain power.
And it's happening more and more. I'm getting I'm getting my hips involved.
Yeah.
Into and it's like when those hips pop.
Yeah.
It's like it feels like the perfect
anything.
punch. I gotta tell myself, don't stop and admire that.
I like
that
her
punch.
questions.
But also like just moving my feet just left and right, just getting out of the way, not staying one position. Pop, pop, pop. One drill that Coach Ducky worked with me on is going at the stepping in on the bag, stepping out that way. Yeah. Just a lot of movement. Or I'll just stand there and just
good job, Ducky. Showed you well.
For those who are beginners and who are actually listening to us, I think there is a common misconception when you start boxing that it's all like upper body, and but everything comes from the bottom up, and that includes like footwork and defense. Is like the footwork is essential. It's like literally like fucking, it's damn near everything. You know what I mean?
That's what she said. Footwork.
Maggie's brother came into the gym about a few weeks ago, right? And he's doing boxing with her, obviously. And he kind of like I thought it was funny because when he came in, I thought, oh, he's gonna want to hit the bags hard. He told his sister, he told her, I want to do everything right. And I mean, you could jump in. She basically said, I want to work on my footwork. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh fuck, he understands.
I was surprised.
Yeah, he knows that that's the most essential part, you know. And it's like, think about it. Any sport, what's the first thing they always taught us in football, baseball, soccer, any sport you play?
Where to put your
footwork, your feet.
Mm-hmm. Especially baseball. It's like when you're fielding a ground ball, your feet has to be here.
Yeah.
When you're swinging a bat, your feet needs to be here. So that's what I'm working on footwork. That was the right answer.
And you're doing good, man.
And I'm about to notch it up because now that I know I'm working on footwork. So first I was like, I'm working on movement, which really isn't a thing. But now I know I'm working on footwork. I'm about to notch it up. So because it's who I want to be. It's not what I want to achieve. It's about who I want to be. Mm-hmm. And that brings me closer to that. One thing that's consistent in my journaling is that there's a person I want to become, a person that I am becoming. And
you focus on that too. It's like the change is more permanent.
Exactly. Not just, oh, I did it, and then you walk away from it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Can we do another set of questions? I like those.
Nah, we're done today.
Fuck it, man. Never mind. It's not my podcast anymore.
We're saving
this is my podcast. I guess
it is your podcast. I'm the producer. I manage.
Oh, you have to do that.
I manage.
See, and that's another thing. You got to know your role. Like, he's a producer, so I got to listen to him.
Yeah, I just manage
I'm
it.
so used to doing like what I want. This motherfucker stopping me in my tracks.
Whatever.
Ask Aaliyah. I want to ask Aaliyah a question.
All right.
What's her goals?
Mm-hmm.
Aaliyah, man, probably just keep being awesome
because that girl works out fucking 3-4 hours a day, bro.
Mm-hmm. I seen her the other day. She was in the gym. Like, what was it? Like Thursday or Friday? She was in the gym like all morning, and then I saw her again in the afternoon. I was like, damn.
She's a gangster. She wants to learn. She wants to get better.
Good.
She wants to get better. She's literally.
We all want to know, Aaliyah, what are your goals?
Yeah, we'll ask her in person.
All right.
Yeah. Subscribe, like,
commento.
Tell your
share
mom
this
about
shit,
me.
man.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't tell your mom about him. This food's not good for that.
Damn it, LeMano.
What? Whatever. Bye.
Peace.
This has been a Point and Yell production. Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.
Damn it, LeMano.
Hey, I was making fun of the.
You got that in your head. Huh?
Yeah.
I was making fun of the breakdancing lady from the Olympics.
Yeah, we were watching her too. That's why I just said that.
And I completely forgot. God was like, "Oh, you think you're funny? Remember this?"
Oh God.
And
let's see it.
I did this back in 2012. It did not. It was a pilot for a reality show.
You got to put this. You got to post it.
Is it on?
I have no idea why I started this. It was a dumb decision. I feel fat. I feel like I'm watching these guys do stuff that's just insane.
Here, weights on this side, hands here. See this leg, my left foot? All I'm gonna do is stand on it. The higher your butt is, you're getting that 45-degree angle. Yeah, see? Higher.
Basically trying to understand what they're calling floor work.
I
want to quit. I want this to never be an idea. It hurts. I feel weak. I'm not hitting it. I'm not getting it. Now I feel like I'm learning, but it's like I'm learning just enough not to be good enough at it.
I didn't know. I had no idea. I blame other people. I blame people for making it look easy. I'm 38 years old, 45 pounds overweight, and have bad knees. Not only is it physical, it's my self-esteem is kind of taking a hit.
Because this is painful. I'm not happy with the decisions I made in life. I just wanted to stick it. I'm trying to hit all these moves. I'm trying to get it. It's just learning is not my forte. I hurt my neck, my arm, my back. I'll probably find out tomorrow morning I hurt my knee. Like, this is the first time I actually think I'm going somewhere now. Before I was like, eventually we'll just cancel this, call it quits. But now I understand why I gotta push. Why I gotta push through to that next level. Being better than what I am today requires me to push. The voices that were telling me I can't do it. And today I saw that those voices were wrong, that I can do it. I just got to keep pushing. I'm only worried about doing it right and having fun, and that's I gotta remember this every time I do anything. Have fun. That's the rule.